No, I was heartbroken to think of how far we came, and just like that, in a matter of seconds, our whole season was over. I worked so hard to get to the grand final, and it's all for nothing.
Well, we were down by double digits for like the last 10 to 5 minutes of the game, so I kind of knew we already lost, but you know, it was still sad when the final buzzer went. The pain really started to set in. No, I'd say the whole team basically just didn't bring their own A game that game, and that's why we lost. I wouldn't blame it on anyone. You know, it's a team game, it's a team loss.
You know what? I didn't blame it on anyone. It was just us as a whole that were just playing bad. We were lazy, we were slack. We need to pick our heads up and play professionally. I was disappointed in our boys, you know. I told everyone to bring as many mates down as we could. I think there was about 5 of us, and they were all just parents, maybe the occasional mate, but they had the music pumping. They had there was about 30 of them. It was just, I was so disappointed in us boys, but what can you do?
Well, we thought we were going to get a lot of people in, but we ended up having only 5 spectators, and the other team somehow pulled up a whole crowd, and they also got some retired ex-NBA reject, by the way. And yeah, basically every time they did anything, they would get a massive chant from the crowd, and I feel like that probably affected the game a little bit. So yeah, I feel like that was a pretty big advantage. Yeah, I feel like personally I could have definitely brought a better intensity and tried to lift everyone else and make sure that everybody else brought higher intensity, because it was pretty sluggish out there. So I feel like I could have done that better.
Nah, not at all. I stood out. I was like the best on ground by far. No one could keep up with how good I was. It was just a shame because everyone else in the team was just playing bad, but I hit back-to-back 3-pointers, easy floater, rack it up, 8 points, had a good game.
I would say probably at the start of the game I was frustrated with the team because I was trying my hardest, and I feel like maybe a couple of other people were trying their hardest to like bring the energy and be like, it's a grand final, you know, we gotta try our hardest.
You know what? I wasn't frustrated with myself at all. I was frustrated with my teammates and how bad they were playing. I just wish they would pick that up, the runners-up medal. It was just like, I don't want to be a loser. I just keep going as hard as I possibly can.
Wow, first of all, I feel like we were pretty complacent. Like we thought that, not that it was going to be an easy win, but we didn't really you know, bring that intensity that we need, that we okay, we can't underestimate our opponents. And also, we decided that we should do a little bit of training before the game, which probably ended a few hours before the game, and we all went way too hard in that training. So all of us were pretty exhausted at the start of the game from that training session that we had earlier in the day, which made absolutely no sense. To be honest, I got over it by just realizing that to make sure that that doesn't happen again, I have to train as hard as I can to be the best basketball player I can be.
Worked harder, trained harder, got practice with trainers. I did everything I could to perform myself. Good to look back on, you know, the first ever ring with Thunder Grand Final. We've came a long way, but I'm sure we'll get that, you know, that blue medal eventually.
I was pretty devastated by the loss, but I was also motivated at the same time because I realised that, you know, there's always next season, and I felt like we're a strong team, so we'll have a chance again. So I just realised that as long as we get better next season, we can finish it.
play hard. I'm gonna be acting like Game 6 Clay out here. I'm gonna hit threes, gonna drive to the ring, gonna play Kawhi Leonard defense, and we're gonna walk away with our arms up, and we're gonna be blasting that Drizzy in the locker room.
Personally, I'll get to the game. I'll make sure everyone's hyped. I'll make sure everyone has had their rest the night before. They haven't been going out drinking or anything. And I'll make sure everybody's hyped. I'll be patting everyone on the back, you know, trying to get the energy levels up and just making sure we all leave it out there on the floor.